Projected 5% GDP growth in 4 years could be surpassed. Major General Anthony Anderson named Ireland's first national security advisor and liquefied natural gas plant commissioned into service. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Prime Minister Andrew Holness expressing excitement with commissioning into service the island's first liquefied natural gas-powered plant at Bogue in St. James. Mr. Holness said he looked forward to the idea of Jamaica being the central hub for supplying LNG to the region.
If we become the hub, then we become a net exporter of energy right across the region. So the possibilities are significant, and we want people to start prospecting, to start searching for the possibilities and the opportunities that exist.
At the top of the week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness expressed confidence in the Economic Growth Council's ability to deliver and possibly surpass its commitment of 5% GDP growth in 4 years. The Prime Minister's endorsement followed the recently reported 2.3% growth in the July to September quarter, the highest quarterly growth since 2002.
This government will make sure that we are faithful to the sacrifice that the people have made. We deserve results. We are a great country. We will make Jamaica the place of choice. We will make Jamaica the center of the Caribbean region, the center of culture and lifestyle, of trade and commerce, the center for logistics, the center for technology and information. We will make Jamaica the great country that we were destined to be.
Mr. Holness also said the 8-point plan was an inclusive partnership for all Jamaicans. That is, it takes into consideration all the elements that will include the poor, the dispossessed, and the vulnerable.
I'm happy about this plan. I had something to do with it. And our mandate, our commitment is to the poor. We love the poor, but we hate poverty.
Yep. Allergic.
So you know, it's about empowering people,
Yes.
ensuring that they have the access, that they have the amenities, and that they have the knowledge through education, which gives them independence and freedom to realize their full potential. So this plan is pro-poor.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking Monday at the signing ceremony for a declaration of intent to implement the Economic Growth Council's growth plan. Signatories included private sector groups, unions, and civil society. Still on economic growth, Mr. Holness has instructed the Agro Investment Corporation of Jamaica AIC to focus on expanding the agriculture sector and creating an environment for investment.
There are some critical things, such as how do we get investments into bringing in special zones for agriculture, including the development of agro-parks. And could we have special economic zones for agro-parks? How do we get large investors to come in to look at the specific development of a particular product that is not just looking at the product from a commodity perspective, but how do we extract all the value added at the different stages?
The Prime Minister was addressing the AIC's newly appointed 8-member board on Wednesday. And Prime Minister Holness unveiled part of his strategic anti-crime action plan with Friday's naming of Major General Anthony Anderson as the island's first national security advisor. Major General Anderson, who is to take up office in December, will advise the Prime Minister on matters of internal and external security affairs to include defense, crime and security, as well as public safety. The current Chief of Defense Staff will be succeeded by Brigadier Rocky Meade. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Holness extended congratulations to Donald J. Trump, President-elect of the United States of America. Mr. Holness said Jamaica placed great value on the more than 50 years of bilateral relations and intends to build on existing initiatives, as well as strengthen relations. Back in Jamaica, Mr. Holness continued his goal of prosperity for all Jamaicans as he held his monthly meeting with the Partnership for a Prosperous Jamaica. On Tuesday, the Prime Minister met with Sir Hilary Beckles and representatives from the Jamaican Foundation for Lifelong Learning. On Wednesday, Mr. Holness met with the Chargé d'Affaires of Venezuela. Also on Wednesday, the Prime Minister held discussions with Crystal House International on plans to build a school for 780 students from infant to secondary levels. And on Friday, Mr. Holness held talks with PSOJ President Chris Zaka. And that's how we close today's Jamaica House Weekly. We return next week with more of the news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.